Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve Mcfc. And as you can see by the smile on my face, we did it. We did it. The job was done. Bayern Munich, European heritage, yeah? The so-called club that's on a pedestal above everybody else, financially secure, the cheapest season tickets in the world, the best fucking bratwurst in Germany. Well, I'm sorry, you got smoked. Manchester City 4, Bayern Munich 1, 3-0 at the Etihad, 1-1 in Germany. We're lucky, by the way. Job done. Listen, Blues, I'm absolutely excited, ecstatic. I've just got back. I'm getting a flight again this morning to Eindhoven. This weekend, I'm at Ajax and PSV with some friends. I have to miss the semi-final, unfortunately, but I've got to do this. It's a work trip. But Germany, from the minute we drove down to Stansted on Monday night, met up with the lads down there, got a flight early in the morning from London, plenty of Blues in Stansted Airport, all in the Witherspoons, you know what I mean, having a nice breakfast before we got on the flight. Blues were flying everywhere, Prague, Mannheim, Munich direct, Dortmund, Dusseldorf. We were going to Nuremberg. We got to Nuremberg, had to get the train from Nuremberg into Nuremberg train station, and then straight for you to Munich. All the boys, Dean Vernon, Daps, Mason, Cameron, Geordie Bryan, Eddie, Scoey, all the boys was one hell of a trip, let me tell you. I've told you before, we've got a real good crew of lads at the minute following Manchester City. All lads have been there through thick and thin. We all deserve it. We're on this journey with this football team, and it's just getting better and better. I can't tell you. If you can get a chance to get out to Madrid, get to Madrid. It was unbelievable. The first night there, we found a karaoke bar, right? All the locals in the karaoke bar thought it was going to be one of them quiet nights in Munich. They're going to sing a bit of Elvis, sing a bit of ABBA. No. Someone got up to sing ABBA. They had 400 Mancs as backing singers. There's a video out there of me singing the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, no other fan base in the world. Man City. You can call us what you want, but I tell you what, we're unique in every way. We had a ball. The night before the game, we had a ball. Bernardo Silva running down the wing. Silva makes the blue boys sing. Silva. We were singing that to ABBA. We were singing, you know, Fleetwood Mac came on. The DJ, the karaoke DJ couldn't believe it. You know, Pancakes got up to sing Little by Little. You know, got his ass out and all that. Just cleared the bar with the ass. Listen, it was just a mad night. It was a really, really mad night that first night. But the atmosphere was building. We're talking to Blues in the bars and that. And there's only Manchester City that can go to Bayern Munich with a 3-0 lead and all the fans be worried. If you went round with a microphone talking to the fans before the game, you'd have seen how worried everyone was. It was mad. It's just a typical City's inside us. We can't get out of it. You know what I mean? Then the day of the game, Blues, we wake up, we found a bar. Rain was horrendous, absolutely horrendous rain. City fans were all taking cover. We were all over the place in bars and that. But good spirits, as you see on the Instagram, great spirits, great sing-song before the game. And one thing we managed to do, like I said last time, we're all going to stick together. We're all going to walk to the ground. Well, we did it. Loads of us, big crew of us. Scoey, Eddie, all the boys, they organised it. We all walked up. Big shout out to the Dutch guy. Big shout out to the Dutch guy. He knows who he is. Yeah, big shout out to him. Respect for him. Feyenoord, lovely fellow. Loves Man City, class. We all walked to the ground. We got in there early. The atmosphere was building up. The team was announced. We knew we was having the same side as at the Etihad. Stadium's beautiful. Been there before. We all know it's a great stadium. Their fans were in early. They had a few mad banners up in German that we ain't got a clue what they're talking about. They had a bit of a tifo behind the net with a big European Cup, and that's great. It's great. You can have all that shit, mate. We don't care. Because the Mancunians was in town, ready to take you apart. Pep Guardiola and the Nordic Meat Shield were coming for you. That's what we were saying to him on the train. We're different this time. We're different. We've got that man up front, the best number 9 in the world. There's no way we're wasting chances. Create the chances, he puts them away. Simple as that. Game starts. Bayern start early, fast. Kingsley Coman down the right-hand side, down our left, was brilliant. He got in behind behind Nathan Ake a few times. Nathan was struggling a little bit. Leroy Sané, he burst through on a one-on-one. He put it wide. Thank God for Leroy. That's why we love you, son. He put it wide. Bayern had a couple of early chances, but I thought City controlled it. I thought Ruben Diaz, Johnny Stones, we were nothing daft, nothing simple. And we caught them on the break a couple of times. So Bayern Munich had this problem where they knew if they attacked us and really went to town on us, they were going to leave gaps behind. And soon as City got out of that press and give it to Kevin De Bruyne, and we broke, or Bernardo Silva. And by the way, Bernardo Silva, twisted Cancelo up like one of them giant German pretzels that they sell in the stadium. And Cancelo fell for it and got booked. And for me, Cancelo, talking to a lot of Blues, I thank him for what he did for Manchester City when he was here. But there's no way back for him now. After what he said about Tuchel winning him the Champions League and all that, there's no way back for him now. Look at the team without him. We said there was disharmony and problems in the camp. We get rid of him to Bayern Munich. Jack Grealish is a miles different player. Nathan Ake just comes out of nowhere. The team goes on a mad run. So for me, wish him all the best. If there's any chance of a swap deal with Leroy Sané, I'll take it tomorrow. Give them Cancelo, get Leroy home, you know what I mean? Get him back where he belongs, and we go again. But yeah, first half was a cagey affair. Job done, 0-0. The penalty, it is a penalty. It hits his hands. It's a bit harsh, but it hits his hands. You're thinking, brilliant, penalty. Erling scores this. They're not scoring 5. It's party time. Then Big Earl, all his penalties I've seen him take for Man City have been hard and low. All of a sudden, I think he tries to put it in the roof and net, goes over the bar. That gave them a little bit of a lift, to be fair. The stadium sort of risen a bit. But it zoomed in on Haaland's face on the screen, and you could see him looking to the stars. And I thought, you know what? You just made him angry now. You just made him angry. So he gets in at 0-0, half-time. Everyone in the City end's pretty relaxed. We've got the lead. We've coped with what Bayern had thrown at us. Ederson was doing a bit of time wasting. Why not? People do it to us. Why not? I've got to give a special mention to Ederson as well, because there's a lot of people that like to criticise Ederson, and I don't know why. Because it's nights like that where Ederson, when they say we'll never win the Champions League without Ederson, well, I'm not being funny. The last 2 games against Bayern, he's kept us in it, and he was brilliant. No nonsense with the saves, pushing them away, distribution on point, a lot of pressure down our end, but he kept it calm, kept it knocking it about. And listen, that's what Ederson's about. Blues, that's what Ederson's about. There's no point getting on Ederson's case. He ain't going nowhere. Pep loves him. We love him. And he's our keeper. So at half-time, I'm happy. I'm sat in the seat. I'm talking to a few guys around me. Everyone seems to be like calm. But it is what it is. The first half for them, it was only Kingsley Coman getting round the back. Didn't really do anything. And Leroy's chance. Other than that, we should have scored the penalty. We had a couple of chances early doors. Grealish cutting in a few times, a couple of block shots. But 0-0 was a happy result at half-time. Second half started. I thought we was a little bit cagey early doors. I thought John Stones was a bit panicky sometimes. He was turning back into trouble rather than turning away from trouble. I thought Gundogan was getting involved in unnecessary shit. The German fans were calling him a Turk. You're not German, you're a Turk. I seen him on the big screen, blow a kiss to him and that. So he was a bit rattled, Gundo. And then we got the goal. Kevin De Bruyne breaks. They're putting the pressure on. This is what we said. Long ball out from Johnny Stones, Kevin De Bruyne. I could see it coming. There's only one man makes that pass, and it's Kevin. Gets the pass into Big Earl. Up Meccano, or up Maguire, as they're calling him in Germany now. Does his little stumble. Erling dinks it over him. Takes the touch, nice and composed. Smashes it in the top corner. Whole Allianz Arena. Shush. Quiet. City end. Going fucking mental. Limbs everywhere. Erling Braut Haaland is sending us to the semi-final in Madrid. Yeah, having a bit of that. That's a difference. The Nordic Meat Shield. That's a difference. The best number 9 in the world. He makes Man City worse. He's not going to score 15 goals. He's a flop. He can only do it in the Bundesliga. We'll have a bit of that. That's all I'm saying. Have a bit of that. Because we were going off our trumpet in the top end there. There were limbs everywhere. Man City going to the semi again. This journey's continuing again. The games are coming thick and fast again. And we're having it. Then after that, City was cruising. Tommy tapping Tuchel. Fraud. Told you about him 3 years ago. Yeah? Yeah, he done us in Porto. He was lucky. He's not done us since. Not done Pep since. You know what I mean? He's lucky to even have a job, him. All he was doing was ranting and raving and throwing his arms about, and he got fucked off and sent off to the stand. Yeah, the Germans were booing. They were throwing that shit, cheap, non-alcoholic beer on the pitch. There was pretzels flying everywhere. We didn't care, mate. Because Man City, the biggest small club in the world, have just come to Bayern Munich, yeah, and got the job done, yeah. Not Seville, yeah, in the Europa League. None of that shit. Bayern Munich, yeah, we've came there and we've won 4-1. That penalty at the end for them was a joke, by the way. That I reckon the ref must have had a bet on or something, because that was a joke, by the way. But we'll take it. We know you want to celebrate in Bayern Munich and all that. You're a bit or whatever. Yeah, have that, mate. We're not bothered, mate. We're going to Madrid. The flights are getting booked. The boys are on the journey, and we're all going to Madrid. Simple as that. But I thought Ruben Diaz, outstanding. Rodri, outstanding. You know, I thought that Ilkay, under the pressure, did his job. Erling Haaland, what a man. With that guy on the pitch, up front, you only need one chance. You know what I mean? You only need one chance. He's deadly. And he looks up for it. So up for it. He just looks like he's been brought in to do a job. And he's in the semi-final of the Champions League. The goal ratio he's got in the Champions League is insane. It's just insane. And the only downside of the night, Blues, the only real bad thing that happened was Nathan Ake. What a player. Nathan Ake this season, outstanding. Came to Man City. He's never going to get a game. He's on the bench. Bournemouth, he got relegated, this, that and the other. He's had an absolutely outstanding season. And he put a shift in against Bayern. Kingsley Coman ripped him into arsehole a few times, but he never got past him and did anything productive with it. Nathan was always back there, putting his body between the defenders. Ruben Diaz was throwing blocks in left, right and centre, like I said before, Edison. But Nathan Ake being injured is a big one. Laporte came on, you know. Now it's time for Laporte maybe to stop sulking, maybe to get involved. This is his chance. If you want to be a part of this season, Laporte, and you want to do something for this club, now's the time to step up. You're the man. Nathan's out. There's your chance. You've sat on the bench. You've been patient. You've kept your nut down. Come in this squad now. Get involved. We've got the FA Cup semi-final. We've got Arsenal next week. We've got Real Madrid in a couple of weeks. We've got everything to play for, Blues. Everything to play for. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic. Man City fans are in dreamland right now. Man United fans are on the way home from Seville crying because they've just been done by a lot of postmen from Seville. Do you know what I mean? Beating Seville in Seville ain't for everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. So listen, Blues, we've got the FA Cup semi-final on Saturday. Sheffield United. I'm away. I'm not going. I've told you before, I'm in Holland. I'm going to Eindhoven in literally 2 hours. But I'll be watching it over there. Get behind this team. Keep this momentum going. Don't let it slip. Get loud and proud. It's Wembley. It's a semi-final. Get there if you can. If you can't, get in the boozer. If you don't want to go in the boozer, get home. Get the flags out the window. Manchester pride. Get the blue flags out the window. The odd mob over the road, they're suffering right now. So make sure they know that this city's blue, innit? Get the flags out. Man City semi-final. So anyone who's going, I wish you all the best. Have a fantastic time. It's Wembley. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy it. Anyone that's not going, like I said before, get behind the team. Get behind the team wherever you can. But Blues, it's Bayern Munich. We've dealt with them. Apparently we're going to go out. You're not going to beat Bayern, but we have. But we know what's next. We know what's next. We know how hard it is. We know we've got our fingers burnt there before last season. I still can't get over it. It still kicks me in the bollocks now. Real Madrid. That's why I wanted them from day one. We owe them. We owe them. You know, flights are booked. Madrid's booked. I can't wait for it. Semi-final of Champions League again. Manchester City Football Club. It's dreamland. But when I tell you something's happening, and I can feel it in my chest, I can feel it here, you better believe it, because something's happening. Happening to me. Spend all my money on Gregson City. I heard that right weekend. We'll follow you everywhere. Listen, we're on a journey now together, all of us. I've said it last few streams. From Iraq, someone messaged me from Iraq. Big up Iraqi Blues. We're having it. To Chicago. Yeah. The Chicago Blues again. Flew in from Chicago to Bayern Munich. Respect. From London to Manchester to Singapore to Korea. Wherever you are, we're on a journey together. It's one step at a time. We ain't talking about trebles. They're trying to get me on Sky Sports talking about treble. I'm not talking about no trebles. All we're talking about is one game at a time. Next game, Sheffield United, Wembley Stadium, FA Cup semi-final. That is all we're focusing on. That is all we're focusing on. And listen, I want everyone to enjoy it at Wembley. Bayern Munich was a blast. We got the job done. You know, we ridden the storm. We got the best Bayern had to offer and we dealt with it. We caught them on the counter-attack. Erling done the business. And Manchester City in the semi-final, that's all it needs. Listen, Blues, this is a quick preview because I've got a flight to catch. I'm trying to keep it consistent. I've seen the numbers on my videos going up and up and up. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like button. It helps. The algorithm's being good to me at the minute. It's getting me up there on the videos. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Any of your friends that don't subscribe to me, if they've got burner accounts, anything like that, get them going. I never thought I'd ever get 15,000 YouTube subscribers. But my kids reckon I can get to 100,000 subscribers. I don't think I can personally because that is massive. Because when you get to 100,000 subscribers, you get a plaque. And my kids want the plaque. So I said, give me a couple of years and we'll try. So we're on the road to 100K. Not 20K, 100K. And listen, Blues, I'm ecstatic. I am ecstatic. I've got literally nothing else to say about it. That it was a great trip. A long trip. Got back to London last night, drove home to Manchester, got up this morning, packed my bag, and I'm off to PSV Eindhoven, Ajax. Going to watch City in a bar in Eindhoven with the PSV fans. So, you know, it's a busy weekend for me. Come back on Monday and then that's it. I've got Sky Sports News for the Arsenal game. I've got previews for the Arsenal game. So next week's going to be intense. But let's just enjoy Wembley. Thanks for everyone watching my stream again. Really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone I met in Munich, everyone who had my picture took with me, everyone that wanted to talk football. I really enjoyed it. And listen, we're on the journey together. Keep going, Blues. Up the Blues. Let's get to that FA Cup final. Come on, City.